red.
That looks good.
I'm staying in a very dangerous place in that photo.
Are you on top of the coals in the sauna?
Oh, Andy, it's a laugh along.
On the day, I knew that was an Insta classic as soon as my leg went up.
It looks good. I'm going to just go ahead and brace the Eastern Wall.
Like Jane Fonda. Anybody?
It's like trying to spread a grilled cheese sandwich, right?
Oh, God.
Wow.
As most of the things that I do during the day are like that.
As this episode of Simple Blasphemy is loading, it is brought to you by our Patreons. Keep us commercial free and join our Patreon today. Patreon.com/simpleblasphemy. Check out our website, simpleblasphemy.com.
Yes. Remember, people, drive safely and have loads of hot, nasty stuff.
It's too late now. This is Simple Blasphemy.
I'm going to tell you right now. The Zakk Wylde, the pick harmonic always gets me.
That's Lance from Wildwood Guitars, by the way.
Thanks, Lance.
And welcome to the Simple Blasphemy Podcast Special Edition, all you blasphemers out there. My name is Zach Ward, and I have here with me always Andy's.
Zach, your hat looks like a condom. I love
sheepskin.
It's sheepskin.
Wow. Got to turn it up. And also we have here Zach Green.
I got nothing to say after that comment about Ward's hat. I'm off base now. I don't know what to say.
The tip is full.
The love and marriage fountain of hair you have there. All the info on this show, including episodes, guests, and Patreon, can be found at simpleblasphemy.com. And we have very special guests. We have very special guests here today. Mm-hmm. We have the Kyle Gass Band. Woo! We have Mike, Kyle, and John. John looks very comfortable right now.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's like 6 o'clock. What time zone are you guys in? Because it's bedtime.
It's happy hours.
Not that bad. Right in the middle.
Need some chicken wings. Yeah.
Ooh.
Do you have a preferred chicken wing place?
I like some sweet potato fries. Well,
sweet potato fries, and I shut my mouth.
Now, do you guys with your sweet potato fries have that zesty like what is it, mayo that usually comes on it?
I don't know. What's this, a cooking show?
It could be.
Well, you're in luck.
Ooh, it's good. I don't know. You put mayo. I always think of Europe on the fries with mayo.
They get the fry sauce.
It's like, well, wait a minute. They crack the pepper. It's like, well, mayo's good. Fries are good.
We have European questions. Oh my God.
Oh,
I can't wait.
I can't wait. Expedite them.
So, to get to know you guys better, we're going to do a really quick called Free for All, 4 questions. And folks, after the show is done, if you're a Patreon, we have a little bit of an after hours after the show.
If you're not, go fuck yourself.
And go fuck yourself. And really quickly, we want to put up the Kyle Gass Band. So there you have it.
Wow.
We are going to...
Hold on, I'm getting a spike in sales.
Can you feel it?
Yes.
Quick.
Can you feel it?
Quick, call me before this boner goes away.
Thank God.
So,
we got rid of those things.
There's that new pool you always wanted.
No, this show is that powerful. Wow.
Fear not.
We're all buying a pool.
If you can afford the Yeti Kyle Gas Band cooler, boy, are you in luck. So just visit kylegasband.com. We'll come back to that. Here we go, guys. John, Kyle, Mike, fast forward. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
Invisibility.
Fly.
Voyeur. Secretly. I guess it's not secret anymore.
John.
I don't know, man. You guys picked some really good ones. Anything that I picked would be third to those great ones, but invisibility would be pretty awesome. Like you, Kyle, I'd go to some fucked up places.
Oh my God, you're invisible.
Yeah. No, you couldn't help yourself. I'd be in a lot of places I shouldn't be.
What about teleportation?
Time for visibility right now.
Teleportation, that's a great one. Yeah.
As long as you don't do the whole raspberry jam thing where you just like deconstitute and then have to put yourself back.
Right. Yeah. Your ass is on backwards.
Yeah.
But like, it would be great because then we wouldn't have to fly to Europe anymore. We could teleport there.
If you can do it, you can stay ahead of COVID-19. It's fine. I'm just going to keep teleporting.
That's a good point. All right. Question number 2. Here we go. What age do you consider old?
Oh man, that is a good question. I guess my age right now. So that's
that is a tough one. I think it's like, you're
tread lightly.
Maybe I think 40.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I mean, sorry guys.
40
For the record, I'm 39, so I'm about to be old.
Still not acceptable.
The rest of us are dead, though.
There is something that happens at 40.
Yeah.
Something. And
your eyes go to shit.
That's true. What do you?
God, I gotta have like 4 different pairs of glasses just to do everyday fucking shit, man. It sucks.
Right with
Now
you.
hold on. I've noticed when I turned 40 that I had to wipe a little more when I went number 2. Like there's something that
the O-rings.
You're blowing out your O-rings.
I think that you get more thorough as you get older. And so that first knuckle becomes a second knuckle.
Gotcha.
Mike Bray, what age do you consider old?
Hey, you fucking punk kid.
I'm gonna go like 78.
Whoa, that's
just the wrong answer.
Everybody knows that.
Okay.
So fucking old.
No, that's right. That's my dad actually turned 78 not that long ago, and he said, "I actually feel old for the first time." So
good point.
Not at all
for him.
Also, if you can run a podcast and do all the technology, you're not old. Because truly old, you can't figure out any of that shit.
I think only old people have podcasts.
That's actually not true. Our friend Jack in Jersey said that we have accomplished what every 13-year-old has been doing for years. So I don't know what to say.
Masturbated 15 times in one night.
All right. Third question on the fast four.
So good.
Who is your celebrity hall pass? John, let's go with you first.
I'm going to go with his glasses.
God, I don't know.
Do you have a celebrity hall pass?
Let me go last. I want to see if I get inspired by these guys' answers. I'm not good at fast questions.
Well, I don't really need
my brain off.
I'm not really. Yeah, I try to lead a polyamorous lifestyle. It's not very successful. I'm trying.
Falling in and out of monogamy.
Okay, maybe we should. This question is just for Mike Bray. Who is your celebrity hall pass?
Well, it's changed over the years.
It used to be. Wait, I knew Jennifer.
Yeah,
it used to be
Jennifer Love Hewitt.
Garner.
Yeah.
Hey, wait.
In the 90s.
Now I know when I feel old now.
But then it turned to
Jennifer Jason Leigh. It's not a bad one.
No.
Damn. Then
the crazy ones are good.
It's Shannon Elizabeth. Once American Pie came out.
Fuck yes.
Okay.
And now
Elizabeth Hurley.
Dude.
Yeah.
Still hot.
I don't know. I mean, I guess I have too many
Yes.
already. But
I have a
Hall
question.
passes.
Are girls who do porn considered celebrities?
Yes.
Okay.
Genetic.
Wow,
Well,
that's like
I'm
that's
not
like
going to name
superhero.
any
That's-
names because then I'll sound like a real creep. But I'd have
That's
to
like
say it'd be
fucking
somebody that
comic
works in that
book.
industry.
Not in this group. Is this
Have
whole podcast gonna? Are we all gonna get Me Too after this? It sounds like we've been in this one.
no.
I think we're going to be all in trouble, but yeah.
You're more like us as well.
Tour bus combo here.
So let's go on to the last question, number 4. John, we're going to start with you since you're really good at this. What's the worst job you've ever had? And this could go back from you in Cincinnati. if you
Columbus.
like. Or Columbus, I'm sorry.
I think
Same
my
thing.
worst job was my first job, which was Fuddruckers, and I lasted 2 weeks.
Holy
So we don't like
shit.
swearing on this podcast.
2 weeks.
That place.
That's
Is
not-
that was that
I
a,
was really bad at being a busser.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was not good at it.
You get shit. No, you get shit on as a busser. You really
Yeah,
do.
but I also just wasn't good at it.
Mike Bray? Your worst job you've ever had?
Worst job I ever had was a morning shift dishwasher at a breakfast joint,
Mm.
family restaurant in Mahomet, Illinois.
Sounds miserable.
It was.
Yeah, dirty dishes is a terrible job.
I had to be there at 5:05
Yeah.
to start scrubbing pans.
It's
And you
always-
do the Saturday and Sunday morning shit too, so you can't do anything on the weekends because you're going to bed at 9:00.
Was it ever any temptation to actually take that half-eaten morning breakfast shrimp off the plate and
No, not there, not at that restaurant.
okay.
But I did grab a couple extra mozzarella sticks from the steakhouse we used to look at.
Indeed.
Mozzarella sticks.
They're fine.
You could live on those.
Yeah.
Practically do.
Mr. Kyle Gass, worst job you've ever had?
My mind's just been going crazy because the 3 come to mind. I know I'm supposed to come up with one, but one time I was locked inside a Safeway overnight and I was supposed to buff the floor, but I didn't really know how to use the thing. And so it was a graveyard of buffing this large store by myself that I couldn't get out of.
Wow.
Oh, well, there was another great one. I had to guard like chairs in a football field for like a graduation. It was so fucking cold, and I just sort of sitting out there in my shitty Toyota.
Chair guard.
Yeah.
The chair god.
Wow.
But then there was a busboy at the Mexican restaurant that I literally lasted one night because the kitchen started filling up with water. And I was like, wait a minute, this is like fucking Titanic. I
Yeah.
got it. And I had to just leave that one.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
Abandon ship before it's too late.
So what happened? Was it your fault or somebody else's?
no, it was probably the worst one. My girlfriend made me go out and get a job because we didn't have any money. Can you imagine that? What a hard ass bet. So the job I could get was security guard at Universal Studios.
Oh. Okay.
So I had to wear the uniform, and then I was like working the front gate, and I'd see like friends of mine, actors, going into audition while I was like in my security guard outfit. It was bad. It was definitely.
So wait
Kyle-
a minute, this was on your like your upswing to like being recognized, and you took a job at Universal being the security guard.
Yeah, well, it was before the rise to power.
But you would know all the other people that were on their way to
I know some
the
people. But yeah, it was just kind of it was local, and yeah. So I
So
did-
Kyle,
Yeah.
was it your physique that got you the security jobs in your
they needed people, you know.
Oh.
But yeah, I do. Of course, I did play a security guard in Evolution.
Yeah.
Remember that movie?
Wait a minute. Oh god, I fucking love that fucking movie.
Check it out. Yeah, I'm security guard number 1 or 2. I think I'm guarding the whole.
You're putting head and shoulders up an alien's giant rectum by the end of the. Oh my god, what a good movie.
Yeah.
All right, well let's jump into a couple of questions for you gentlemen. The Kyle Gass ban. This is my favorite question that I'll just say I thought of. I had the pleasure of seeing you guys actually gig in England. But what I'd like to ask for you is, what's the difference between gigging in America and gigging in Europe?
People coming.
Ah,
Wait, whoa.
In favor of who?
What do you mean by that?
Oh, Europe. Yeah,
We outdraw US by like 3 or 4 times.
Because I heard stories from Zach Ward, because he was over in the UK not that long ago and found out that you guys were playing somewhere, and he like messaged me and was like, "You wouldn't believe this shit.
Yeah.
They're going nuts over here." And I'm like, "That's just really fortuitous that you guys are like, you're there and they're there, and it was a good show."
Birmingham, England. Mm-hmm.
John had just texted me because he saw that Zach checked in on his checked into Birmingham, England on Facebook or something. And we just got there. I was like, "Dude, where are you?" He's like, "Birmingham, England." I was like, "Oh, us too. Come down to the show." And then you guys flew all night and then just stayed up and came to the show.
Yeah, unfortunately, we did not stay for the whole thing because we were nodding off. But that was an awesome experience.
What an awesome.
We bring you up and then we take you right down.
Well, Bray also was bringing us Ken and I shots, so that wasn't technically fair. Jameson, I think, as well.
Yeah.
What an excellent for whiskey.
Oh, yeah.
So the next question for you gentlemen is came from my buddy Tony here in town. He wanted to know what kind of guitars do you guys have? Like, so what are your favorite guitars that you have in your collection?
Well, I bought this overpriced Taylor in Arkansas with crazy. It's like kind of fancy pants, and I'm playing it a lot right now. It's fun. I like it. So that's kind of my guitar du jour.
What do you like the most about it?
I like looking at it.
It's a pretty one.
It's pretty, yeah.
It's a pretty one.
A really pretty girl, but she also does pretty well at school. So
she feels nice. She does well.
She's deep too, and her body is just.
Mike, what you got in your arsenal?
Reverends.
Oh,
absolutely the best.
Why do I feel like this was a lead-in question somehow?
This was not that question.
Actually, all of my favorite guitars are Kyle's.
What about that blue Les Paul?
Kyle's house over the years.
You love guitars.
That's why Kyle and I are together, by the way. I don't know if you guys know this, but well, we live on the same property.
I'm actually in my backyard right now.
Yeah, Kyle's over at Kyle's house.
You let him use that couch?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God.
Why am I unsanitary? What's wrong with me?
Wait, are you asking me?
It's a beautiful, that is a specimen.
Oh,
it is. It's
is that rosewood?
Oh no, Andrew has a black light in his camera. So John, I the very first footage that I've seen of you had BC Rich guitars. Do you still rock them? And what do you have in your favorite collection?
I used to have a bunch of those, like any kind of natural wood finish mockingbirds. I liked, kind of throwback thing, but I stopped playing those. I still have a few of them, but I got rid of some too. Right now, I mainly play 2 guitars, and one of them is my Seagull parlor guitar that I play with Winchester.
Mm-hmm.
The other one is my Matty Barato custom SG shape guitar. And
I like my Winchester. You guys came and played in our neck of the woods not that long ago, and I enjoyed the hell out of it.
Oh, thank you. Where at?
The Village Idiot and Mommy.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
So,
that
folks,
was a good time.
If you are listening along, you can chat in the your chat in the window could possibly come up as a question. So Tanner asks, what is your most memorable show?
Wow, that's a good one. You know, we did that Polish Woodstock.
That's a good one.
That was really fun. It was kind of funny because we got this gig and it was the Woodstock of Poland. I think they even call it Woodstock. And they kept saying these numbers like 1 million people will be there. Yeah. And then it was like 500,000 people. Our life.
5K.
And then how many were there by the time? I mean, it wasn't
like 48,000.
There was it was such a huge crowd for us, and we were like glad to play, and it was a lot of fun. But.
So was it Woodstock ski?
Woodstock ski.
Pole stock.
Now you were in the presence of Zach Green, the mix master up there, and myself actually are Polish, so we enjoy a little pivo, is what they call it in Poland. Andy, do you have any? I feel like I'm.
No, I'm not. I'm not Polish at all. Thank you very much.
What
question? What the dupa?
What in the fucking dupa? So now I wanted to ask John a question specifically. We talked about this briefly in the pre-show. So you did this John Carpenter live thing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to know about it. I want to know all about it. Like, did you like cover? I just saw it, so please explain it to me. Like I'm going to go search it on the internet, and I just have not had the time, but I'm really interested.
It was just a really cool and thorough and well-made career retrospective that we performed his film scores with him to projections of the movies and a really cool thing.
God,
because it was fun. It was great. It was like it was kind of one of a kind gig.
But people may not know that he pretty much always did his own music, didn't he?
Almost every movie. I think it was a great gig for me because I don't really watch horror movies. And while I'm aware of John Carpenter, I'm not like a crazy big fan. I just appreciate that he makes good art.
Wait a second.
It worked out because he's like,
So you said you're not a fan of horror movies?
I'm not a fan of horror movies, no.
What was all that porn star stuff?
Horror.
Gotcha. So it was fun. He's a fantastic guy and a really, really nice, caring dude.
God, what a fucking trip that would be. Like, so.
Tell me a favorite story about the car that they wanted.
I can't tell that story here.
You can change the names.
Does this thing get saved for eternity?
Oh,
possibly.
I can't tell it.
Yeah. Nobody listens to this show.
You know what? Can we just like kick him off and then you can grab some construction paper and
how do I put credits and tokens into this machine?
Mm-hmm.
Like how many credits do I got to get for that goddamn story?
What kind of shit do I need to do?
Well, John is totally right.
All right.
I can only imagine because Big Trouble in Little China. And
I love that movie, yeah. I like science fiction and kind of action stuff. So he got, those are definitely a couple of his movies that I'm a fan of.
Yeah. Well, and those are the ones that I'm the biggest fan of. Like the thing's fine. And the more horror stuff is fine. But like when you get to the science fiction stuff, I even liked Escape from LA.
Really creative guy.
Yeah.
All right.
We're talking about B plus movies.
So really quickly, how did this love triangle between Kyle, Mike, and John actually formulate? I know most people know that they follow Kyle's career that John jumped on during the movie portion of it, but how did you three kind of make this whole thing?
Well, John jumped on about 4 years before the D with Trainwreck, our side project that I had going. And he became guitarist of Trainwreck.
And Mike?
I saw that Trainwreck was playing in town. Your post Pick of Destiny.
Yeah. It would have been probably a 07.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But
Velvet Jones era.
I thought that,
Yeah, Velvet Jones.
I thought it'd be cool to try to get a gig because I moved to LA to come to play guitar. So I emailed Trainwreck's Facebook page.
MySpace page.
I'm sorry, yes.
Yeah, come on.
Asking if they needed a guitar player. And Konesky wrote me back and said, no.
Why did you took the time to write back? Thank you very much for your inquiry. No.
But here's a link to our merch.
I went as far as though I went to Mike's page because I was curious about who would have the gall to do such a thing. And then noticed that he had a Sasquatch band, a band that dressed as Sasquatches.
Thank God.
And I was like,
I think
that'd be a great support for Trainwreck.
But I think the Sasquatch band was designed to attract Tenacious D's attention.
It was. It was actually, the band wasn't even, it was just an art
It was a ruse.
page. So the band didn't really exist, but then once I got the offer to open, I ordered 4 Sasquatch costumes. And
Oh,
It was a good move. It was a good move. We took Sasquatches out on a tour, a Trainwreck tour. The West Coast.
Oh my God. I never knew this before.
well, I mean, we had the band as the page, but I already had a band working. It was just difference was we didn't have costumes really. It wasn't real. Like, okay, this is gonna happen now.
no, and this is pre-Wish, right?
Free Wish, yeah.
Oh, yeah. What? I don't know. Isn't that like
Are we talking about the Cure album?
No, I'm talking about the Wish where you can go and buy cheap things.
Yeah, they always advertise the weirdest shit to you on Facebook and
No,
stuff.
it wasn't. Yeah, it was a good old American-made Sasquatch costumes. They were
Okay, so it was not a Wish costume. Okay, how much do you think one of those costs? Jared in our chat wants to know specifically.
Oh, at the time, they were like $115 a piece.
Easy.
By a company called California Costumes, and then we had to cut them up. And we sewed them into ripped jeans and ripped T-shirts.
And Rip Torn.
Yeah, and ripped torn.
And Rip Torn. By the way, rest in peace, Brian Dennehy, just as long as we're on the Rip Torn side of things. So I want to know about your first gig as the Kyle Gass Company.
Oh, company or band?
That's 2 different things.
He's going,
Okay,
he's
no,
going
no,
for the
no, no,
band.
no. Give me both. No, give me both though. Give me band
right.
first, then give me company.
Our
Give me
first
band
gig
company.
Our first gig was pretty auspicious because John, how did we get that one? What was that?
You mean the weird beer wedding gig?
No,
Falcon.
It was NAM.
the NAM.
The NAM gig.
No, I'm thinking of the NAM gig, but please tell me about the beer wedding too.
Yeah, really.
That was right before Kyle Gass Band. We had Kyle Gass's Falcon.
There was a part where I was in the wilderness. We were lost in the wilderness. It was train wreck. Our lead singer tried to kill us, and we had to.
Wow.
And then there was, we were in the wilderness. We were lost, and then John suggested Kyle Gass's Falcon. We should go on as a 4-piece, and someone, a young entrepreneur, was going to have a big party and charge. It was he was getting married to beer. What was it?
He threw a wedding for himself where he was marrying beer, and he was kind of eccentric character.
Wow.
Who, had moved to LA recently and used to do these kinds of things wherever he was from. And he'd throw these big parties and people would come. And then was immediately tried it in LA and no one came. No one came to that here.
It was very sad.
No anyone here.
Sounds like an original music gig. Yeah.
Bartenders and security, and then
They spent some money. And it was they thought that they could just plug their old business model from whereversville somewhere town into Los Angeles and have it work out in some industrial warehouse that they'd rented out. And there was maybe 5 people there.
Oh, just like a local gig.
I was one of those 5 people.
And then Mike.
And I felt so bad taking that envelope of cash at the end of the night, but I did have to take it.
We
Mhm.
have to take it. No.
They budgeted that shit in.
So they had security. They had the Kyle Gass Falcon band. Is that what it is?
Mhm.
Kyle Gass's Falcon. Yeah,
Wow.
we were getting ready to.
All right.
And it was just sad, but Mike was there, and he caught us at a good point. It was,
Yeah, that was the first time you remembered me.
I needed a friend to do that, and Mike was there.
A trip buddy? Is that what you call it? Or
vulnerable. And that was we had a good time.
It was a good time. And here we are.
Mike, did you sing a song that night?
No, I did not. But I sat in the shadows waiting.
Yeah. And then
How many tears fell?
In the bathroom hallway.
Back, one single tear.
I think that was really when
Mike, were you trying to be with the band or were you trying to make friends with security? What was
Both.
Mike was what's your name? Mark?
Mikhail. It's Mikhail.
Mark, one of the M.
It's on the back of the records.
Let's just put it out there. Mike was stalking us and schmoozing his way to victory.
Is that why he's inching closer to you on that beautiful couch every time I look over?
So before we go into a couple pictures that need some explanations, let's have one more question, but actually about one of your songs. This song is one of my favorites, so I have to ask this. What was the inspiration for the song Broho?
Well, I remember it like it was.
Dive into your artistry.
You know, that depends on which girl you ask, Zach. Really, it was a combo platter celebrating. It started because Kyle's great friend and assistant and all of our great friend, Mackenzie, was such a bro-ho that used to go shoot guns in the desert and broke her back snowboarding. And then also, but then the girls that play video games, and then it was just kind of became this all-encompassing song.
Celebration of that righteous lady.
Right.
I think that every group has what you're describing. They've got the one girl that may have been romantic with everybody, as some of the guys may have been romantic with people, and who liked the video games and who could hold a conversation. She was a buddy.
Yeah.
That's cool. No, that's really
it's a great hang. You know,
great hang. That's it. The great hang.
So I hate to say this, but on the total opposite side of the spectrum,
yeah,
I had a group of girls that had girls' night that I was the only
Never
guy.
sleep with you.
Oh, that's that when you went to the strip club?
I've seen that video.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, it's you know, I'm not gonna say that I had tears the first time I heard Broho, but it is a standout track. I mean, there's no doubt about that. I was standing in Birmingham, England, with teeth that weren't even connecting all the way, and these people were singing every lyric of that song and many others for you guys. It was pretty rad, including Winchester, by the way. If anybody's listening, please go check out Winchester as well.
Check them all out, man. That's
fantastic.
Yeah.
So we're live.
Just Fruta.
But today we're focusing on the Kyle Gass Band, and maybe we'll do a Winchester podcast if you'll allow us downstream.
A Wincast.
Yeah. And folks, I would have to say, and I'm not even joking, your guys' latest album cover is probably one of the coolest album covers I've seen. We have all these gentlemen right here in a just roaring who did the artwork for this album?
Well, are you talking about the Thundering Herd cover where we're on animals charging?
I got to doff of the cap to Johnny Konesky. Really,
I have a friend named Will Fuman, Fugman, and he is an incredible artist and does a lot of different types of stuff. An incredible designer, and we just normally he would not be available.
Sure,
but I caught him at a good time, and he cut us a little bit of a deal, and I just knew that he would come up with something that would. It
is rad. You have to admit.
So I'm looking at it right now, and I'm noticing. I see you. I see Kyle. I see Mike. I don't know the other two guys. I know I've met them.
Uncle Jazz.
Uncle Jazz. Ooh. But I want to know on the other side. Is that a capybara or a wombat?
It's a capybara.
Thank fucking God.
Yeah. You got it right. You got it right, dude.
Oh my
Right.
god. No, that's my favorite. That's my family's thing. I want a capybara. I want one as a
I
pet.
don't even know what
You
that
gotta,
means,
you gotta
but
make sure you get a few of them. They can't be alone.
They can't be okay. Yeah, so there's a zoo up the street from us, and they had 2 capybaras and or capybara, whatever. I think one of them passed away because they had to donate the other one to another zoo that
You gotta
had
go to
another
your
one.
sanctuary. You really want 4 or 5.
Wow, you need multiples.
it's like Brohos then, right?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
So they're like corgi. You have to get them in parity, so you have to get triplets of. Okay,
Within
Yeah.
a feet?
I
Thank
think 3 Brohos and 1 Courtney Love. I think it's going to be a pretty
Meatball?
cool party.
You got a party.
So let's really quickly segue because we're almost done with this podcast and
let's
have
do
a little
some
more.
Courtney Love.
Time flies when you-
Let's have a couple explanations of photographs. I
Oh,
kind
yeah.
of did a small deep dive in some photographs from the Kyle Gas Band,
Yeah.
John and Mike's Facebook account. Kyle, stand by. John, Mike, what is this?
Ah,
It's Gus
That
Chiggins.
was Mike and I's iconic Halloween costume pairing from
Yeah.
4 years ago. We were old prospectors, and boy, was it a hit.
yeah, we do a pretty good Halloween party annual.
Yeah.
Wow.
I like a good Halloween party.
I was Cliff Booth from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. Very strong.
Now-
Very strong.
Now, I will say we always try to focus on our guests, but I will have to say Andy and his band really does do different things, like themes that are pretty amazing. I almost wish I had pictures of it now, but
We went as the dude and the nihilist with the big scissors. And so when we walked out on stage, because my friend Ben would have been a way better dude. He looks way more like the dude than I do, but they didn't have the size morph suit for me. And he got his morph suit, so I ended up having to be the dude. And they chased me out of the back room with scissors.
no, the
all the
good
way
one.
onto the
No, the
stage.
one that you guys actually did the Superman.
Oh yeah, we did the Kryptonians. Yeah, I was totally I was General Zod.
That was actually pretty sweet. Speaking of Halloween, let's keep this ball rolling.
Still somewhere.
So here's the next photograph that needs a little more explanation. Here we go.
See, there it is.
There you go.
Oh, well, I was going to say we are actually the official band of Lebowski Fest.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, I did not know that.
Lebowski Fest have we played?
5.
Awesome.
I think it's 5. I have lost count.
We did one in Louisville, the
Mhm.
the flagship one,
The flagship.
and then we've easily done 4 of them in LA.
Yeah.
Really?
2 of which
It's so
was
great that somebody
the dude himself.
yeah.
What's his name? The actor's name?
Jeff Bridges.
Mike Bragg.
Yeah, we had to,
Mike Bridges.
and it was like, wait a minute, this is our headlining gig, and it's like, well, yeah, but when the dude is playing,
And then the dudes bumped us twice
did he
down
bump
to
us?
the smaller dressing rooms.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's worse
Yeah.
than opening up for Whitesnake and not
And
even
remember
getting
though
your
that
album
one
signed.
time when I was like, I want to set up like a Caucasian station on stage where we can make drinks during the set. And the actual dude who is the character is inspired by,
Yeah,
they
Jeff.
flew,
Yeah.
they flew that fucking guy out.
No
And
way.
right before we're going on, I caught him just like wandering over there, like making a drink for himself, and basically was like giving them to people in the front row, and used up all my prop that I like set out.
Oh, man. If you're going to get fucked,
Fucking
that's the
dick.
best way to get fucked, though.
Yeah, really. So
Yeah.
there are a lot of musicians that listen to this podcast because it's no secret that us 3 work at Reverend or have worked at Reverend for that matter. So the next picture that needs a little explanation is more for us musician guys out there. There's a lot of, especially people down with this COVID-19 virus that are more or less beached at home and are
Ooh,
not gigging
beached.
out and making that money,
That's what I feel like.
so to speak. But can you guys explain this next photograph? And for us that have never experienced a crowd so vast, and how does it feel to play a crowd that is just a sea full of people?
Oh, yeah. Where is that?
I think this one was Germany, if I
Mm.
Wow.
remember where I pulled the photograph from.
the first time or two you play one of those big crowds, well, at least for me, it's a little bit intimidating, as you might imagine. But after a while, there's something kind of safe being on stage, and it becomes like they become just kind of a weird backdrop or something.
It's so big that you can't really see anybody's face.
No,
it feels like a lot. It looks like it feels like a lot of love. So if you got all these people that really want to see you and they're all like pushing towards you and just like giving you all their attention, that's got to feel amazing.
Yeah, it's actually one of the more comfortable crowds. I think the least comfortable crowds are like 5 to 10 people.
Oh yeah,
because you can just feel every piece of judgment.
Yeah, that's true.
The campfire set. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
Ideally, I think there is a sweet spot. I think a large, cool theater around like 2,000 to 5,000.
Yeah.
The best shows for Tenacious D, I think.
So do you think that just because, like, I don't mean to say this in a bad way, but when you do have a slightly bit of herd mentality, that when you see a lot of people having a good time, everyone else is having kind of a good time, and does that make the show that much more fun when you're saying energy
itself like that for sure?
Yeah, I mean the show itself, it can be kind of a big sing along, which for me is, if I was in the audience, I find it a little annoying. But there's kind of nothing you can do about it. I mean, you came and you want to hear Jack sing the songs, and you don't want to hear the guy next to you yelling.
Sorry, there's this dude who's 6'8", 444 pounds, just fucking screaming into your ear the entire time.
His name is Mike Bray.
His name's Mike Bray.
Before we get to the last photograph, our friend Gina, because I was actually there during this time, so I got to ask this question. She's going to ask, does Kyle remember the girl who had him sign her license? Because I believe she has the same last name. In Toledo. This is a Toledo thing. I know Gina.
Gina.
Kyle says yes.
I'm going to say yes, Gina. I've actually signed a few licenses, and I'm always a little bit trepidatious. I'm like, idea. I think it could invalidate it, and you could be arrested immediately. But
it might be. Who knows? All right. So before we get this last photograph, it's the last bit of our podcast tonight because we're creeping in on 42 minutes.
Wow. Oh my God! And
we did it, guys.
Time flies,
man.
We're going to have a little bit of an after show party if you guys are willing to do so, on a Patreon only situation where anybody that's in the
no holds barred.
No holds barred. You can ask whatever question you want to, maybe.
Special.
Maybe. Who knows? So if you go to patreon.com/simple blasphemy, we're going to have an after hours for about 15 or 20 minutes. But
John, you're on that Patreon live.
Yeah, I got one.
Yeah. It's a hustle, right? So here's the last photograph. This photograph isn't really about the Kyle Gass band, but it really, in my opinion, would love to have a little bit of explanation. It has you guys in it. So here we go.
Oh my God.
Is that Chris Novoselic?
It is Chris Novoselic.
Oh my God, amazing.
Now,
I don't know who that other guy is, but
I'm taking credit for that photo.
That was all you.
All right.
100%.
Because I wanted to rock Mike. I know what a big fan Mike is. And then we had that show. And then I think we had Transpo in the limo, the full rock and roll. Transpo, I go, Mike, you guys.
You gave me the full
you and your girlfriend
fangirl treatment.
Yeah. Come with us. And we went down and played that big show. And then somehow I just saw it forming. I'm going, wait, there's Dave Grohl. There's Chris Novoselic. I got to just grab him for the quick pick of Mike. Sure. And then we just made it happen.
Thank you.
And then all of a sudden it was the new Nirvana, we called it.
That's
so cool in that picture, but I look like an idiot.
I'm gonna call
it doesn't, dude. It doesn't matter. You could be fucking completely naked. You could not have whatever that shirt is that you have on.
You're kind of a dead ringer for Dave's little brother at that point.
Yep.
Yeah.
Or an Eddie Vedder with the fuller puffy.
So that's the
only.
That's the only show that Dave has ever played full on drums. So he was the drummer on that show.
Well,
Yeah.
then please explain about
That
the
was
show then.
BlizzCon.
It was BlizzCon.
It was a big corporate gig
For
What-
like
what did
World
they
of
do?
Warcraft.
World of Warcraft, yeah, Blizzard, yep.
Blizzard Games.
and they just were shitting money and paid us an ass ton. And somehow we didn't have a drummer. Where was Brooks? Brooksy.
I think it was probably another one of those ones where Brooks had to pull out, and
Brooks
and
Wagner.
Dave was available. I think you guys asked him, and it was just sort of a
And
rare.
that show, because he fractured his rib the day before on a mountain biking accident.
Oh yeah,
And Dave showed up to that show and played the full like hour 20
Classic hero.
with a fractured rib.
Dave's a hero.
That's
Wow.
pretty-
But I couldn't look him in the eye because I go, fuck, Dave Grohl's playing drums right now.
yeah.
Yeah. So he
What-
played drums with you guys.
Cool.
Tenacious D.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
he was in the movie. Yeah,
Movie. Yeah.
He played the devil. He played Satan.
Yeah.
He played on every record. He's always played Satan in the video and the movie. And he put us in his video a long time ago.
Hmm.
Learn to Fly.
Yeah.
We're now. Yeah, Dave's
Burn.
a great beacon of sport.
That's
All right.
really cool. That's really
Well,
cool.
what a great show. Thank you guys so much. John, Mike, hang tight. We're going to end this thing, but hang tight. And then I'll give you a little bit of what we're doing. Folks, if you want to join the after party, just go to patreon.com/simpleblasphemy. It's only as little as $1. We're going to hang out for a couple minutes and field a couple more questions that Andy and I have. And maybe Zach will talk a little bit. And maybe.
Maybe.
Nah, I'm just here to
knows?
drink, man.
We welcome that. So,
That's the
folks, thank you for tuning in for Simple Blasphemy, and we will see you at the Patreon.